All right, in this video, we're going to be going over the Module 4 study guide. So this first question is, a linear equation is modeled in the graph. So they gave us the graph of this line. We need to write an equation in point-slope form. And remember, point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m multiplied by x minus x1. Okay, so we need to write an equation in that form, and we're going to use the point -1, -2, which is this point right here. Okay, the first thing we need to do is find the slope. So to find the slope, we're going to take these 2 points, but it doesn't matter which points we choose, and we're going to do our y minus our y, so y2 minus y1, so that's going to be 4 minus 1 over our x minus the other x, which would be 3 minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, so my slope is 3/2. And now this slope is going to be what I plug in here to my point slope formula. Then I'm going to use this x and this y to plug in to here. So my y1, I'm going to plug in here, and my x1, I'm going to plug in here. So what that looks like is y minus a -2 equals the slope, so 3/2 times x minus the x1, which is -1. Now, because I have a double negative here and here, I have to simplify this. So when I simplify it, it's going to become y plus 2 is equal to 3/2 times x plus 1. And this would then be my final answer. Okay, question number 2. The slope of a line on a coordinate plane is 3. So they're telling me the slope is 3. And the graph of the line passes through the point -1 and 4. So -1 is my x, 4 is my y. I need to write an equation again in point-slope form using this information. So I'm going to, again, use my point-slope form. Oops, chose the wrong one, sorry. Y minus my y1, which is 4, is equal to my slope of 3 times x minus -1. Now, because of this negative or double negative, again, I'm going to have the same issue that I did before, and I have to simplify it. So y minus 4 can stay the same, but 3 times x plus 1 is how you would see the answer written on the test or in a multiple choice format. Okay, let me get rid of that. Don't need to edit that. All right, moving on to question number 3. Sarah wants to make a snack when she gets home from school. She decides to warm up some chicken fingers in the microwave. The instructions on the package say to cook 1 chicken finger. You need to cook it for 4 minutes. So 1 chicken finger is 4 minutes. So that essentially is going to be our B. So our B is equal to 4 because that's our initial value. Now, for each additional chicken finger, you would need to add an additional 1.5 minutes of cook time. So that is going to end up being our slope. So our M is equal to 1.5. So now to write this in an equation, it would be Y is equal to 1.5x plus 4. And it's that simple. The 1.5 is because that's how much I'm adding for each additional chicken finger. The 4 is my y-intercept, so that's my initial value, or my constant in the equation. All right, number 4, Write an equation in point slope form of the line passing through the points -1, 2, and 4, 6. Again, I'm going to be looking at my x values and my y values, and the first thing I have to do is find my slope. So remember, to find your slope, it's always y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So now I can find my slope of these 2 points. So m is equal to 6 minus 2 over -4 minus a -1. So 6 minus 2 is going to be 4. Again, here I have double negatives. So when I subtract a negative, I'm really going to add. So -4 plus 1 is going to be a -3. So my slope is -4/3. Then I'm going to use one of these 2 points to write the equation in point slope form. So y minus -1 is equal to the slope 4/3, so a -4/3 times x minus, oops, I plugged that into the wrong one, sorry. That should be y minus 2, x minus a -1. That's where my x went. Here's where my y went from the ordered pair. And then I just have to make sure it's simplified. So y minus 2 is equal to a -4/3 times x plus 1. All right, in question number 5, we are still writing an equation, but now we're going to write this in slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So to write an equation in this form, that would represent the line parallel to the line represented by y is equal to 1/4 x minus 5 and passes through the point 0, -3. So this is going to be my x, this is going to be my y. And the only thing I need from this equation right here is the slope. So the slope for the given line is equal to 1/4. So the slope of my parallel line will also have to be equal to 1/4. Now what I'm going to do with this information right here is find my b. So to find my b, I'm going to use the 0, -3 and plug it in. So -3 is equal to 1/4 times 0 plus b. And remember, we are trying to find the value of b so that we can write our equation. Well, this was pretty simple because 1/4 of multiplied by 0 just cancels out. So that means that b is just equal to -3. So now that I have my slope and I have my b, I can write my equation in slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to 1/4 x minus 3, because that was the value of my b. And this is my final answer. All right, so that is questions 1 through 5 on the study guide. I'll do another video for the next few questions.